Bulimba Uniting Church is located at 216 Oxford Street, Bulimba. The heritage listed building is a two-storey building. The top floor of the building contains the church and main hall. A second hall and the main kitchen are located on the lower level. There are multiple exits from the building and assembly points at the front and rear of the building. This safety presentation is based on the requirements of the Queensland Building Fire Safety Regulation 2008. In this presentation, we will look at the escape routes, exits and assembly areas, the location of the firefighting equipment, the use of the firefighting equipment, and finally, the evacuation procedure itself. As part of this procedure, we will also look at the specific duties of event leaders and assistants. A full version of the Bulimba Uniting Church's fire and evacuation plan is available from the office for perusal on request. Now, let's look at the escape routes and exits. It is important that you are familiar with all escape routes. In the event that your main escape route is blocked, you will need to use the alternative evacuation route. If you are in the upstairs hall, move to the main entry door and proceed through the foyer. Move down the ramp or stairs to the path and follow it back past the building towards Oxford Street. Turn right and proceed to the car park, which serves as the assembly point. If the main entry door or foyer are blocked, then the alternative exit is via the stage. Being a heritage building, this exit path requires occupants to climb and descend a number of steps. Please take extra care if using this exit route. Occupants should proceed up the stairs onto the stage. Walk across the stage to the exit door. Proceed down the stairs, out the door and onto the path. Follow the path right around the building to the car park, which serves as the assembly point. In the unlikely event that following the path around the building to the car park is unsafe, then occupants should assemble on the grass area as far from the building as possible, pending further instruction from the evacuation coordinators or fire officers. Once occupants have been moved safely to the assembly point and the roll call completed, occupants are to wait for further instruction. Under no circumstance is anyone to re-enter a building until the all clear has been given. If you were directed to the alternative assembly point on the grass area, do not attempt to move around the building unless instructed to do so by evacuation coordinators or emergency services. Now, let's look at the locations of the various pieces of firefighting equipment. On the upper floor, there is a fire extinguisher located beside the main exit from the hall. Firstly, it is important that you only use the firefighting equipment if it is safe to do so and you are confident in using it. Fires can be dangerous, and you should always be certain that you will not endanger yourself or others when attempting to put out a fire. Both fire extinguishers are white-banded dry chemical fire extinguishers. This extinguisher can be used on all types of fires. Dry chemical fire extinguishers are easily identifiable by the white band. It contains a powdered substance that, when discharged, can be used on most classes of fire, including equipment that is connected to an electrical source. To operate a fire extinguisher, remember the PASS acronym. P, pull the pin. A, aim the nozzle. S, squeeze the trigger. And S, sweep the fire side to side. Pull the pin. Hold the extinguisher upright and twist the pin to break the seal. Once this has been done, pull the pin to release the trigger. This will allow you to discharge the extinguisher. Aim the nozzle. Before approaching the fire, it is a good idea to test the extinguisher first. Once this has been done, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. By doing so, you will hit the fuel source. If you aim at the flames, the powder will fly right through the fire and have little or no effect at all. Squeeze the trigger. Pressing the two handles together will release the pressurised extinguishing agent in the extinguisher. Sweep from side to side. Start using the extinguisher from a safe distance away and then slowly move forward. It is important to continue to sweep the fire until the fire is completely out. Once the fire is out, keep an eye on the area in case it reignites. The final rule to remember if you choose to fight a fire is to always position yourself with an exit or means of escape at your back. You do not want to become trapped if something unexpected happens and you need to get out quickly. Now let's look at the evacuation procedure. If you are the first person to locate a fire, alert the group leader and, only if it is safe to do so, attempt to extinguish the fire. Remember to make sure you have a clear exit before doing so. Meanwhile, other members of the group should prepare to evacuate. On hearing an evacuation instruction, immediately cease all activity and switch off any appliances, equipment or machinery if it is safe to do so. You can then assist any person experiencing difficulty with the evacuation. Take a quick look to your left and right to see who is standing or sitting nearby. Walk quickly and calmly to the assembly area via the nearest exit. At the assembly area, form into groups to assist the leader to ensure everyone has been safely evacuated. Report to the leader if you cannot locate the person that was to your left or right before you evacuated. Do not re-enter the building. Remain at the assembly area until otherwise instructed. If for any reason you need to leave before the all clear is given, please let the leader know that you are leaving. If you are the evacuation coordinator or the person leading an activity or program, there are additional duties to be performed as part of the evacuation process. You need to investigate the fire situation. If there is any doubt regarding whether there is a fire situation, call the fire service. You must ensure the safe evacuation of all occupants from the building. Account for all occupants at the assembly area. Ensure occupants do not attempt to re-enter the building until it is safe to do so, and meet the fire service and advise them of any information relevant to the emergency. As there are a number of tasks needing to be completed, it may be necessary to share these duties between attendees to ensure a safe evacuation. It is recommended that the evacuation coordinator or the person leading an activity allocate tasks at the beginning of each event. That concludes the Bulimba Uniting Church's Fire and Evacuation Instructions presentation. If you have any questions about any of the information given in this presentation, please contact the church office.